Shalom, shalom. One of the things talk about the garlic again today. One of the things about garlic that you have to find out and deal with, we're harvesting today. As you can see, got some decent bulbs. You know, nothing to, I got pretty big hands, but 2 inches across, 1.5 inches, an inch. Decent garlic. It's not anything to brag about, like I said, but haven't been able to keep up after it. Fertilization schedule and stuff like normal. This is a good bed. It produces pretty good garlic regardless. But one of the things I wanted to touch on garlic is when you're harvesting garlic. Now we've had a period of about 3 days of pretty steady, hard rains in and out. So, you know, as you can see, I didn't scape these. The seed heads are full, and they'll actually bloom while they're drying. There's a good example of it right there. And it's already putting out its little garlic thingamajiggy. So, anyway, I didn't scape them, so they could have been a little larger, 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch larger, probably in diameter. And but I'm picking this today because of the rain, because as you can see, a lot of the plants are starting to dry off. I usually like to hit my garlic about 50 to 75% of the plant, not the scape. About 50 to 75% of the plant either yellowing or brown. Okay, to me that's somewhere in the safe area. If you let it go too far, especially when it rains, and that's pretty much the subject of this video, is the relation of rain and garlic harvest. If you let it go too long, it'll start to want to grow roots inside the garlic. It'll start to, rot can set in. Your cloves, your individual cloves will want to start to root, and that happens, and next spring you'll have a garlic bush will come up in its place. So we want to get this now before it gets too late. These kind of small ones here around the edge of the bed. You want to get here's a little better one comparison. Anyway, you want to get to this garlic before it sits in this moist environment for too long. So I'm pulling it, and I'm going to lay it out on a table in a shady spot with, you know, more than adequate air circulation. As you can see, I'm pulling it, I'm not digging it. Sometimes this can mean you leave a garlic bulb in the ground. Sorry, I had to set that down for a minute. Anyway, so there you go. So I'm not, I'm kicking the tires on just going ahead and ordering new seed this year. Some of these bulbs are really nice. This is a kind of a combination of some of it's porcelain, some of it's red giant Russian. There's some Russian right there to give you a good idea of what it looks like. Now this is probably the parent stock to the Rockamboleys. This is a lot more of a spicier, hotter garlic, and the porcelain is well, I'll just say moderately high. It's not real spicy, and then this would be the porcelain, the German porcelain. It's a mild garlic and has a good garlic flavor as well, but it's a little bit milder. So this is kind of a combination. I ended up getting crossed up in my beds and plantings and harvestings and replanting, so I will call it the Russo-German giant porcelain garlic or whatever. Anyway, just to give you a good idea, that's something you want to keep track of. 50%, 75% of the stem leaves brown or yellowing, and if it's been raining and there's excessive amounts of moisture, you're going to want to make the call probably to pull that garlic and start curing it, because otherwise you could have molds especially if you're saving from seed. For seed, you may have mold issues. Some, you know, maybe some rotten bulbs. And you don't want that, not after you did all that labor to get what you got. So that's what we got for you today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Shalom.